Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the stage engineer, writer, and host of Rail Natter, your MC for this evening, Gareth Dennis.
Hello. Look at this. Look, everyone's still partying. You've all got your drinks. Go and get comfy. Find your seats. If there's people chaperone you where you need to be. How are you all doing? You all right? I said, is everyone doing okay? There we are. We'll get you moving eventually. Right, I'll stop jittering around. What an absolute delight to be back once again for the Young Rail Professionals Annual Dinner and Awards. What an absolute treat. 2026. They brought me back again. I'm doing 3 years in a row of this gig. Crikey. First of all, you may notice that we are missing Britain's most effervescent ferroequinologist, who was, in theory, going to be joining me. My dear friend Tim Dunn sends his strongest apologies for not being with us tonight. It's a shame, really, in some ways, but in others, it means that I can say a few things that I might not have otherwise. For example, Tim and I were spitballing. We were thinking, oh, what are we going to do? What's our little gag going to be that we're going to do on stage? And I was eagerly going, I know. So I've had 18 months having a lot of fun as the strategy lead at Network Rail's incredible test tracks at Melton and at Tuxford. And I was saying to Tim, do you know what's definitely very funny? It's if we put test tracks puns into 5 minutes of diatribe. That will definitely pop off. Everyone will love it. Tim looked at me. He looked at me square in the eyes, and he said, Gareth, we're not doing that. And I thought, well, okay, fine. So that means that with Tim not here, I am left to, unfortunately, guide us, if you like, down the tracks of comedy by me using as many testing puns as I possibly can. No, I promise, I'm not going to do any more of that. No, right. 2025-26. So when were we last here? We were in Cardiff last time. Who was at the Cardiff gig? Go on, who's at the Cardiff gig? Okay, good. We had a lot of fun in Cardiff. So we have had, since the Cardiff gig, we have had 2025, which was the Railway 200 Festival. Who out there was involved in a Railway 200 event? Go on, give me a shout. Woo! Lots of shouts. Go on. Anyone at the back not paying attention? Who was involved in a Railway 200 gag? Go on, who was involved? Yep, good, fair, marvellous. Railway 200, 200 years since the Stockton-Darlington, 200 years of what we might call the modern railway. Quite something. It was an interesting year for all sorts of events. We had the Greatest Gathering, which is this spectacular collection of trains from 200 years, all hodgepodged around for everyone to enjoy. We had the Inspiration Train. Who had to go on the Inspiration Train? Woo, one or two people over there, very keen, chasing around the country. Good stuff. The thing about Railway 200 is that we had this enormous festival, which was fantastic, a really great opportunity for us to celebrate the railways publicly. At the same time, we cannot pretend that the last 12 months has not actually been an extremely difficult 12 months for the railway industry. You know, not to bring the mood down, but we just have to remember, it's been a difficult year. You know, we've had the classic delay transition from control period to control period, changing priorities in government. But what's the good thing about a difficult year for this event is that only reinforces the achievements of everyone who is up for an award tonight. I am so excited to be going through those awards, and what a list we have. So, tonight we are celebrating the very best of our industry and the Young Rail Professionals membership across Britain and Ireland. Young Rail Professionals exists to promote the industry to young people and inspire and develop the next generation of the railway industry. And nights like this, where we gather together, celebrate excellence, and look ahead with ambition, are exactly what YRP is all about. Look, I was lucky enough to win an award a couple of years ago, Distinguished Service Award. I was already over the hill 2 years ago, and yet they keep bringing me back. So whenever I get invited to this, I pretend to myself, yes, I am still a young rail professional. I'm still holding on to it desperately as my 30s slips through my fingers. And what a program we have for you this evening. We've got some great speeches lined up. You'll have some grub. There should be some superb scran, which will be nice. And of course, the awards for the best of the best in the industry. Before we begin, there's a couple of things I want to say. Firstly, tonight we are doing a slightly different order than we've done previously. So rather than the speeches happening before dinner, we have decided in our infinite wisdom to give you the chance to tingle out all your sillies at the first half, get some dinner in so we can focus in on those speeches, not yak over our speakers, and then really sink our teeth into the awards. So we'll have me yakking a little bit more as I give you a little bit more about the evening. When you come back after dinner, we'll start with the speeches, and I will be shouting shh at you a lot. There's a few people who aren't paying attention who just heard shh and went, oh, okay. So when it's speech time, I will be shushing you. So make sure, oh, look at that. That was pretty good. Okay, yeah, you can give yourselves a clap for that one. That was very nice. Very good shushing. Well done. Very good. No, I'm teasing. Right, okay. So before we begin, a huge, heartfelt thank you to our headline sponsor, CPC Project Services. Once again, our fantastic sponsor, but also to every single corporate member and industry partner who has helped make tonight possible. Without your support, YRP simply could not support thousands of young people in our industry every year. So, I will be asking you to help with our awards process because we have, once again, the chance to vote live for one of our finalists to become the Personality of the Year 2026. Here, yeah, that's it, God, the Personality of the Year 2026. You will get the chance to vote. Woo! So, here are our illustrious nominees. Please give them all a huge cheer. They will be appearing behind me in moments, I'm sure. So, you'll have your nominees. What you will need to do is, in your program, you can find a QR code that will take you to the voting page. Voting will be open until just before the awards start, so you have a couple of hours to go through the program, read the profiles of the candidates, or pick the one that's your mate, and cast your vote for who you think deserves to win this prestigious award. Now, quite seriously, this is not, look, I have here, look, this is exciting, I have here a series of envelopes that are the award winners for after dinner. They have trusted, I've been doing this for long enough now that they've trusted me with this. In this collection of envelopes, there is one missing, and that is the Personality of the Year award. So you all have the chance to vote for that winner. Within the brochures is that QR code for you to scan, make your votes. You have until 9 o'clock to vote, folks. Right, so you'll be glad to know that I'm going to get out of the way, give you a chance to enjoy your dinner. Look, tonight is all about stories, right? We have the stories of the award winners, we have the stories of those organizations that supported them, and we've also got the stories that you're all going to be telling yourself at the bar at 11 p.m. tonight. I will leave you to your dinner in a moment, but, and then we will, following that, we'll return for the speeches and awards at 9 o'clock. It says here that I am not allowed to start mouthing off about Euston Station again. Okay, right. On that note about safety, there's just one thing that I wanted to say, which is if anyone is photosensitive, just to let you know, there might be some flashing lights later. It's going to get a bit exciting up here, so if that's something that's going to be a problem for you, have a chat with the organisers. With that extensive list of safety announcements done, it is my pleasure to say, at last, welcome to the Young Rail Professional Annual Dinner and Awards 2026. Enjoy your dinners, and I will see you later.
So warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word, you're tender.
Get back to your tables. Go on, get comfy. Go on. That was all right, wasn't it? Everyone enjoy a bit of scran? That was tasty. I enjoyed that. The pudding was really good. I'm Scottish. I always love a nice pudding. What can I say? Right. First of all, everyone, can you please give it up for Emma Ram, Entertainment? That was fantastic. Emma, thank you so much. If you want to follow Emma on Instagram, give her the old Instagram follow. It is Emma Ram Like the Sheep Entertainment. Get following on the old Instagram. She'll do your events. Right. So, I have another announcement I have to give. A minute ago, behind me was a bloody massive QR code for the raffle. Get involved in the raffle. You have a diminishing number of minutes to win a wide range of exciting prizes. So it was up there a minute ago. It'll be in your literature. Find that QR code, get stuck into the raffle. Right. This is the bit where we all get very serious. No, I'm joking. You've got a couple of minutes of me so you can finish your conversations and then we go, right. I hope you all enjoyed your first-class hot food service there. It wasn't too bad, was it? I thought I'd say a couple of things on while you're all kind of getting yourselves all... I'm not going to shush you quite yet. You've got a few minutes. So I thought I'd talk very briefly about rail reform, because that's basically the whole thing right now, isn't it? Everyone's going on and on about rail reform. But one of the key things about rail reform is ensuring that the centralised railway operation has the right relationship with the devolved authorities, right, with the regions. It can't all be about London. It can't all be about the single big picture. And I'm afraid what that means is some interactive stuff. So, I'm going to be asking in this room, because I need to, we all need to get in touch with the regions, right? So first of all, my brethren, my kin, if you are here and you're from Scotland or feel some association with Scotland, I want to hear your voice. Everyone from Scotland, are you in here? Come on. You can do better than that, Scotland. Come on. Thank you. Right, okay, that was Scotland. Okay, Scotland, not bad, not bad. Right, my fellow Celts, my mother's kin now. Wales, come on, I want to hear you. Welsh representation, Wales. How many of you are here tonight? Okay, not bad. Scotland, Wales, the Celts are represented. Let's stick with Dalriada. Right, we're heading over the island of Ireland, so our Northern Irish and our Republican Irish friends. Ireland, are you here tonight? Excellent, good stuff. Okay, right, the good bit of Britain is done now. Okay, so who's here? My honorary fellow friends and family in the north of England. North of England. Give me a shout if you're here from the north. Come on. Yes, that's what we want to hear. Fantastic, the fellow northerners. Okay, right. If you're here from the Midlands, I want to hear you shout right now. Give me a shout. Midlands, go on. Are you here from the Midlands? Okay, that's pretty good. Right, okay, my dad's side of the family, I'm a bit of an all-rounder, I'm all over the place, me. So my dad, much like Emma actually, from Devon. So in the southwest, if you're down from the southwest, give me a shout. Okay, I was small but perfectly formed, I'll give you that. Okay, good, there's some good passion there. Okay, right, what's left? Okay, I tell you what, let's get really niche. Who is here from Anglia? Anyone here from Anglia? Okay, yeah, there's a few. Right, okay, who's bloody left then? It's these southerners, right? If you're here from the south, not London though. If you consider yourself a southerner but not a Londoner, a very specific subset, give me a shout, southerners, go on. Okay. Right, Londoners, you lot, how much noise are you going to make? Tell me, go on. London? Oh, okay. Do you know who wins that? I'm very, very pleased to say, I'm pretty sure the north wins it. Yes! Right, okay. So now that I've got everyone shouting, we've all found our voice, which is quite nice, because that allows me to smoothly segue into the little bit I wanted to talk about in relation to rail reform. Right, one of the really important things right now, as our industry continues to get kind of kicked this way and kicked that way, is that as an industry, we find our voice. It is so important that we collectively find our voice as an industry, because frankly, I don't think we've had a very strong voice for decades now. And it's high time as an industry we found our voice and found out how we can speak up and defend ourselves. The next thing I wanted to say though is it's all very well the industry having a voice, but this room is full of brilliant individuals, and it is also extremely important that all of you find your own voices, find your individual voice, because the only person who's really going to fight for yourself is you. So I really want to strongly say to everyone in the room, particularly those who are younger, find your voice. So, from individual voices to all those individuals who I'm very excited to be awarding a variety, 10 extremely coveted awards tonight. It is my great pleasure to welcome, before we do that though, someone who has led YRP through a truly remarkable chapter in the organization's history. Yes, that's right, it's Bonnie time. Look, under Bonnie's leadership, YRP's voice across this industry has grown stronger than ever. Under various levels of bombardment for quite a number of months and years, and I think I speak for everyone in this room when I say, thank you, Bonnie, thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, for your years of service, please put your hands together and give a fantastic YRP welcome to our outgoing Chief Exec, Bonnie Price.
Turn up the music, turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright, okay, alright. It's about damn time. Turn up the music.
Good evening, everyone. How are we? Are we good? Some of the wonderful outfits I've seen tonight. Many of you look absolutely stunning. So thank you so much for joining us here. And more importantly, thank you for choosing to invest your time, your organisations and your belief in YRP over the last few years. When people ask me what Young Rail Professionals really is, I say it's not just a network, it's infrastructure. It's the infrastructure that connects early careers to talent, opportunity, industry. It's the future workforce and ideas for real change. And this year, that infrastructure has grown again fast. I'm pleased to say that in the last 6 months alone, we've done 77 events across England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. And I'm so proud of the team who've helped me deliver that. Today, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to be able to say that obviously this will be my last go. YRP is active across, obviously, as I said, England, Scotland, Wales and Ireland, but its largest activity comes from London and South East. And as a Londoner, I must say, we could have cheered a bit louder there, folks. I think maybe everyone's being a little bit demure. It's a bit early in the night. But London and South East has over 2,000 members of the 6,500 members that YRP has. And obviously the strong growing committees that already exist across the North are absolutely thriving and have been this year. North West has gone from strength to strength. West Midlands have smashed it out of the park, as have East Midlands. But numbers only matter if they translate into impact. And in the last 6 months, doing 77 events alone has certainly shown the impact that we can give to the rail industry, and has shown the impact that the investment that our corporate members provide is truly worthwhile. I wanted to say a thank you to CPC for sponsoring the event, to Telent Technology for being a platinum member, to Rail Media for being a platinum member, to AtkinsRéalis for being a platinum member, and to say thank you to Network Rail, who have now joined us as a platinum member. This year, the team have worked tirelessly to deliver technical talks, site visits, social and networking events, inter-rail outreach, EDI focus sessions, the Christmas train, and the first ever innovation conference. And I know that there is so much more to come. Our fastest and most influential programme that has grown this year has been Politics in Rail. This year, a flagship series, and I'm proud to say has now attracted over 500 attendees by the end of this financial year. And that tells us something important. Early career professionals don't just want jobs, they want context. They want to understand how decisions are made, how policy shapes the railway, and how their voices fit into that system. That's the kind of engagement that builds future leaders, not just future employees. To keep those events accessible and supported is our biggest aim and our greatest challenge. And I'm so honoured to say that I've been surrounded by a wonderful team this year to help deliver all of that and to make that possible. And with that, I wanted to say thank you very much. If I could ask every single YRP committee member to please be upstanding. Don't make me pick you out, I will. Thank you very much. Without all of these individuals' hard work, in evenings, bank holidays, they work through the night, well into their own personal time, please be seated again, to deliver all of these wonderful events that benefit our industry. And the industry is so lucky to have as many dedicated individuals, so thank you. We're proud to work with this industry. We're proud and excited about what's next. And we look forward to building the next chapter of YRP. But there is one final thank you that I would like to give. This year, where we've grown and where YRP has continued to grow more and more, in the last 3 years, YRP has doubled in size. And where we have had an infrastructure and management sector to grow with YRP, there is one person who has had a huge impact on me to make that possible. And I would like to say thank you very much to Amy, who has been my EA for the last year and a half, who I could not do this job without. So if I could ask, a huge round of applause for Amy. Thank you. And with that, we come to the next chapter. I've been very privileged to work with Richard Harmer for the last year, acting as COO of YRP and my deputy. I'm very confident about the next year. I'm very, very disappointed that I didn't have all of his ideas myself. I should have thought of those things earlier, and they're wonderful ideas for next year. I'm excited to see what he does next. And if I could invite Richard Harmer to the stage, please.
So, I've just been given a microphone, so I don't know if I should do the whole walk along the stage and address you all, if I should just kind of stand behind here and feel more comfortable. I think we'll try a bit of both. Good evening, everyone. Apologies, I don't have a beret. I did ask Bonnie kindly a few months ago if I could get my own. We had a bit of an argument about the pink one looking good on me, but I've not got it tonight, sorry. So my name is Richard Harmer. As Bonnie said, I've had the privilege of being your COO for 2025-2026, and I'm incredibly proud to be stepping into the CEO role for 2026-2027. For those of you that don't know me, I also work for Network Rail as a senior project engineer specialised in signalling. Doesn't usually go down well. When I look out at you all tonight, it reminds me of something close to home. Last February, my wife and I moved into our house. I remember stepping into the garden for the first time. There was a tired old greenhouse, a stubborn conifer that just wouldn't move, wouldn't budge, and a few patches of soil where something might have once grown. And I'll be honest, I'm no Alan Tishmarsh, so I had no idea what I was looking at. But over time, things started to change. Through winter into spring, and then into summer, we began to see life appear. Apples grew on one of the trees. We discovered a strawberry plant briefly before our 5-month-old puppy destroyed it. And slowly, plants and flowers began to emerge from what felt like nowhere. And it struck me. Everything in that garden grew differently. Sorry, I've lost my speech here a sec. It was at its own pace, and it had its own challenges. Some things were strong from the start, others took time but flourished in the end. I believe in young rail professionals for the same reason, because it creates the environment where people can grow professionally and personally, no matter where they start. I see people who have pushed through difficult times, people who have developed, adapted, and grown, sometimes in ways they didn't expect. It hasn't always been easy. As an industry, we've had our fair share of cloudy days. At times, it's felt like the rain just wouldn't stop. But here's what I know. Every single one of you is making a difference. And that's why young rail professionals matters. Because when the sun isn't shining, this is the place that helps people to continue to grow. Looking ahead, I'm incredibly excited of what's to come. We're launching Young Rail Voices to help people build a bit of confidence in public speaking, something I'm still clearly working on myself. We'll be welcoming new members for our brilliant new website, and together we'll continue to push this organisation and each other to new heights. Because the future of this industry isn't just bright, it's growing, right here in this room. Thank you.
Big shoes to fill, but a really cracking start, I think. Richard, brilliant. Thank you so much. We are really looking forward to seeing where you take YRP next. Now, as I touched on earlier, events like tonight simply do not happen without the generous support of the rail industry itself. It takes vision, commitment, and let's be honest, a sizable chunk of cheese. This railway is built on partnership, and our headline sponsor tonight exemplifies exactly that spirit. CPC Project Services has been an outstanding supporter and sponsor of young rail professionals for many years, and we are thrilled to continue this partnership. Please welcome to the stage the managing partner of CPC Project Services, Steve Mole.
I do my head talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good. Baby, how you feeling? Ooh, girl, need to kick off.
Thanks, Gareth, for that very kind introduction, and welcome everyone to Park Plaza here at Westminster Bridge. As Gareth said, we've sponsored the YRP for many years. In fact, this is our 14th awards dinner, and we continue to be proud sponsors of this fabulous event, which is organised and hosted, obviously, by the YRP. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Steve Mole. I'm the managing partner of CPC Project Services. CPC is a project and cost management consultancy, and as of March 2024, we became an employee ownership trust, which essentially means that our employees own 100% of our organisation moving forwards. So we're very proud of that transition from an LLP. We have more than 400 staff operating out of our 9 regional offices in UK and Ireland, and we are currently expanding our services overseas into Europe and North America. Now, my primary task here tonight is to introduce the keynote speaker, but before I do, I'd just like to say a few words about the YRP. As an organisation, the YRP continues to go from strength to strength, and now boasts in excess of 5,000 members, but I've just learnt from Bonnie, you've got 6,500, so I will amend that, hopefully for next year. And it's enjoyed regional growth in the last couple of years, particularly in the Midlands and the North West, and an ever-expanding footprint in Scotland, Wales and Ireland. It's a not-for-profit organisation that provides an excellent vehicle for people new to the rail industry to network with colleagues and build a meaningful career. Over the years, it has built an impressive annual programme of initiatives, and I'm reliably informed and reminded in what Bonnie's just said that the YRP has delivered over 75 committee-led events in the past 12 months, which is an incredible achievement for every one of the committee members across the country in this room, so well done to everyone. These events raise awareness of the opportunities that the rail sector has to offer new and existing people at any stage of their career. So on behalf of CPC, I cannot think of a more worthy organisation for us to sponsor, and we fully support and align with the YRP's values to promote, develop and inspire the next generation of rail professionals. So, I'd also like to say a few words about the outgoing CEO and the incoming CEO. So on behalf of everyone connected with the YRP, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Bonnie Price for her leadership over the past 2 years and her attention to detail in coordinating this event with her team and for shortlisting the finalists for this year's awards. I'd also like to say a huge well done to Richard for taking up his post. It's been great sitting next to you during dinner. He's well versed in all things YRP, as he's mentioned. He has been the chair of the Northwest region, and in the past 12 months he's been the Chief Operating Officer nationally for the YRP. So please join me in wishing Richard every success in leading the YRP in the year ahead. I've said it many times before, but my view is that those that are privileged to lead the YRP will gain invaluable experience outside of their day jobs. They will rub shoulders with key industry stakeholders and speak at prestigious events throughout the year, as well as having the opportunity to shape the future of the YRP during their tenure. They will become part of its legacy. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening, Ruth Busby. Ruth is unique in many ways, but in relation to the YRP, she is the only person who has been invited to speak at this event for the second time. Since the last time she was here, Ruth has continued to progress her career in the rail sector and has been recognised for her commitment to the industry. In 2024, she was awarded the OBE for her services to equality, diversity and inclusion in the rail industry. And as of November 2025, Ruth started a new role as People Director with Govia Thameslink Railway. Prior to that, her role was Head of People and Transformation for both Great Western Railways and Network Rails and Western Region. In that role, Ruth sat on both executives, which is an impressive feat and demonstrated her ability to focus on a broad range of responsibilities and initiatives. Besides a day job, Ruth is actively involved in a number of other organisations. She is a sponsor for the Youth Guarantee for Rail. She leads Rail Wellbeing Live. She's a board member for Youth Futures Foundation, a trustee for Women in Rail, mental health of rail women, and is involved in the Samaritans charity for rail workers. So it is hard to believe that she has only been in the rail sector for 8 years. And no wonder she was honoured with an OBE back in 2024. Ruth studied at Keele University, where she gained a 2:1 degree and a master's in history. She started her career as a civil servant, working at the Home Office, where she held numerous roles, developing government policy to being head of employee relations and reward. She then moved into the education sector with the role of Deputy HR Director at Reading University, before taking on the role of Head of Transformation at the Atomic Weapons Establishment. In 2018, Ruth entered the rail sector as the HR Director for Great Western Railways. As you can see, Ruth has had a varied career and is not shy to take on new roles in new industries. She believes in the mantra of getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I know you will enjoy her insights into how you can all successfully progress through your careers. So without further ado, please join me and welcome Ruth Busby to the stage.
Well, I do feel a little bit uncomfortable after that introduction, actually. That was, I feel I need to review what's on my LinkedIn site. I've maybe got too much on there, revealing too much about myself. Thank you ever so much for having me back. I've had quite a busy day today. This is my second 3-course meal. because I've also been at GTR's Long Service Awards. So I'm going from one end of the employment spectrum with people who've retired and they're celebrating 40 years service to the other end. But it's a delight to be here with you today. And I feel like my current pattern in rail is just changing to companies that start with a G and end with an R. So I started at GWR, I'm now at GTR, and soon will be part of GBR. And I feel like that just makes it easier as we go through, because you can just say it quickly and it's fine. But I am delighted to be here. It's great to see so many of you in the room and to see so many young people. And as Steve mentioned, one of my extra jobs is I'm a non-executive director for Youth Futures Foundation, which is a not-for-profit organisation, and the What Works Centre for Youth Employment, which was set up to narrow the employment gap for marginalised young people. So it's very fitting for me to be here speaking to you at YRP today, given that the aim of YRP is to develop, inspire and promote young people in rail. Because there's a crisis facing young people in this country at the moment. 1 in 8 young people aged 16 to 24 is not in education, employment or training. The colloquial term for that being NEET, which is not a particularly nice term, but NEET. So that's nearly 1 million young people who haven't got work or education or activity. We think there's maybe another 500,000 in the same boat, but who just aren't claiming benefits. So that's huge. And whilst many companies, including in rail, offer apprenticeships, the number of apprenticeship starts for young people has fallen by 40% in the last decade. So we now have a youth unemployment rate at 16%, and for the general population, that's 5%. Which is a huge, huge challenge. And that burden isn't felt evenly because the impact of youth employment varies according to a number of factors. The first is where you live, and I'm not going to make you all shout out if you're in these areas, but NEET rates are higher in the North East, Yorkshire and the Humber, and the East Midlands than they are, for example, in the South East. This is not a good shout out moment, actually. This is a sad thing that they're not, the employment is lower. Unemployment is higher according to your ethnicity, where rates of unemployment are higher for black young people compared to other groups. Unemployment is higher if you have a disability. Nearly half of those who are NEET report having a disability, with mental health being the leading issue cited. And unemployment is also higher if you're neurodiverse, with marked increases for people who have conditions such as autism. And there are other factors that make you more likely to be unemployed, such as being a young carer or being a care leaver. And this matters because the impact of being unemployed for prolonged periods of time at such a young age is immense. If you're unemployed for a long period of time before you're 30, you're more likely to stay unemployed for much longer. And it can have a lasting impact on self-confidence, identity, and ultimately mental and physical health. So why does this matter to me? Well, it matters to me as a people professional who wants to bring young people into organisations to help them develop and grow. It matters to me as a mum of 2 teenagers who are probably going to have a different experience going into the workforce than I did when I joined the world of work many moons ago. And I can see that because I'm the eldest of 5 children, and the youngest, my sister Hayden, is much, much younger than I am. She's 26, and where me and my other siblings, who are all just about in our 40s, didn't really have much issue getting Saturday jobs, didn't really have much issue getting jobs once we'd finished at uni, or in my brother's case, not quite finished at uni, but went into the workplace without the degree. My sister, who's 25, who's a mature student, has recently applied for 100 jobs and has received 1 interview. I don't even remember applying for 100 jobs. So that's a scenario that's really, really challenging. But why am I telling you about it? Why does this matter for rail? So we know that young people have got high levels of unemployment, a structural disadvantage, but rail can offer a real opportunity. There's huge opportunities, as all of you must know, because you're all here, for young people into rail. You don't have to have particular qualification or skills for many of the roles in rail. We operate nationwide, and that's really critical for young people, particularly if they can't relocate. There's really clear progression routes, opportunities to learn while you earn, and places like the IRO that do fantastic work where you can learn on the job. And there's a strong social purpose and societal contribution, which research shows is highly valued by younger people. And yet, here's the catch. At the moment, only 6.8% of people working in rail are aged between 16 and 24. And that compares with 12% of the general population who are 16 to 24. And you may not be surprised to know that NSAR's rail workforce survey shows that a third of people working in rail are over the age of 50. In fact, it's only 13.5% that are even under 30, which is the lowest proportion since NSAR started tracking the data. So I am, in a rail sense, despite Steve's very nice introduction to me, I am distinctly average, because I joined the rail industry at 38, which is just about the average age at which people join rail. And I'm just slightly over the average age of people working in rail I'm still saying mid-40s, but I think I'm pushing that definition a little bit now. And we think we've got 75,000 employees expected to retire in rail by 2030, which creates a substantial replacement demand. So bringing young people into the rail industry is really important for the long-term sustainability of rail. And people like you are helping to fill emerging skill gaps when people retire. You're bringing fresh thinking, digital fluency, new perspectives that drive innovation. And you're also helping to accelerate our adoption of new technology, improving our adaptability, and contributing to our diverse and future-ready workforce. So why am I telling you about it? I'm telling you about it because I hope that as young rail professionals, you care. And I hope that those of you in the room who, like me, are a little bit closer to the industry average age, I hope that you're in the room because you support young people in rail and want to make a difference. And this does make a difference, because if society fixes it, it's good for the economy. If the UK had the same NEET rates as the Netherlands, over 500,000 young people, extra young people, would be in work or education, and that would boost the UK's economy by 86 billion in the long term. And if rail helps to fix it, it's good for our sustainability, good for our customers, and overwhelmingly good for our people. The government have announced some changes that will help in this space. They're broadening the jobs guarantee. They're introducing youth employment hubs, which are kind of a young person's version of Job Centre Plus. They're providing new foundation apprenticeships and with apprenticeship units and things like AI and other new skills. But what we want to do in rail is to make sure that we build on what the government are doing, but really tackle this issue, and to strengthen the capability and diversity and sustainability of the rail workforce. So we are looking to introduce, essentially we are introducing, because I'm talking about it now, so I'm manifesting it into existence. We're going to introduce a Rail Youth Promise, and it will focus on 5 pillars and help employers across rail to really embrace young people into rail. So those 5 pillars will be inspire, hire, learn, grow, and connect. So inspire by promoting rail careers, engaging young people in educational establishments, hiring by making sure we've got transparent, fair, and inclusive recruitment pathways that can be navigated by young people from a range of different backgrounds. Learn, making sure we're providing high-quality learning and training opportunities. Growing through progression, mentoring, skills development, and then connecting young people to wider opportunities by reducing the travel barriers that limit their access to education, training, interviews, and early employment. And we want to also double the number of young people working in rail. There's many engineers in the room. I'm going to say we're going to double it to 12%. If you were paying attention, I did say 6.8% of the rail workforce is currently 16 to 24. I'm doing a little bit of rounding, so I know it's more than 12%, but we're going to double the number of young people in rail by 2030 so that we're representative of the national population. But to do that requires 30% of all new hires in rail to be 16 to 24, which is a seismic shift. So we can only do that if we work together as an industry to make the step change in the way in which we interact with young people. And it's not just about recruitment, it's about the environment we create so that young people can thrive and have their voices heard. The Rail Youth Promise will be there for everyone who works in rail, and what we'll be asking is for companies to sign up, to commit to achieve that 12% target, and to work towards those 5 pillars of inspire, hire, learn, grow, and connect. And in exchange for the employers, they'll be able to engage with others doing the same in rail. And there's fantastic things happening in rail at the moment. There's some incredible work happening in lots of different companies, and we need to showcase that and bring that to the fore. And also by signing up, there'll be access to all the brilliant evidence-based employer best practice from across all industries that the Youth Teachers Foundation gathers and pulls together. So we've been building this Rail Youth Promise as a cross-industry approach, and YRP with Bonnie have been at the very heart of the discussions as we've been setting that up. And by being in the room today as I'm manifesting the Rail Youth Promise, you're ahead of the game, because we're hoping to launch it formally by June. So if you're in the room now and you want to be part of it, we've developed, mainly because I'm standing on stage now and talking to you about it, an expression of interest form, which is on the Rail Unites for Inclusion webpage. So you can sign up so that you will be one of the trailblazers and change makers that's making this commitment. So you can find that on railunites.org and then go to their programs link. But to summarise, Rail's got a unique opportunity to tackle a national youth crisis and to solve our own workforce crisis. We should aim to have a workforce that mirrors the country across all elements of diversity, and for young people this means we should have at least 12% of our workforce aged between 16 to 24. The upcoming Rail Youth Promise will provide a foundation for coordinated action, and the government's new Youth Guarantee provides that policy environment, and rail has the opportunity to be one of the flagship industries developing it and delivering it. And this isn't a workforce strategy, it's a social value commitment and a chance to shape the future of rail for decades so that no one is left behind. So you, as young rail professionals, with your mission to develop, inspire, and promote young people in rail, can be at the heart of this change for good. And if you're an employer and an industry leader listening to this, you can commit by signing up to the Rail Youth Promise and being part of this change. And if you're a young person in the room listening to this, tell us what more we need to do to ensure that we have a great environment for young people to want to come and work in. Encourage your employer to sign up to the Rail Youth Promise, and shout from the rooftops about the great opportunities there are for young people in rail. Rail is sometimes the best kept secret that no one knows about, and it's a fantastic place to work, but it means a lot more when you're telling people about it, because we want to double the number of you here, because that will make this awards do much bigger apart from anything else, but we want to double the number of young people in rail, and we can only do that with you shouting from the rooftops about it. So I'm going to leave you with a quote from the great Maya Angelou, who said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better." Thank you.
Ruth, that was absolutely spectacular. Yeah, I love it when someone gets on stage and makes extremely broad and very powerful promises. We'll be holding you to account, but doubling the number of young people in the industry to 12% is spectacular via 5 pillars, inshallah. Absolutely marvelous. Thank you so much for providing that insight, inspiration to our industry members, both young and slightly less young. Please, another huge round of applause, honestly, another huge round of applause for Ruth. Thank you so much. Now, the bit you've all been waiting for. In my pocket here are 9 envelopes. These 9 envelopes have been in here getting increasingly warm since the start of the evening. I was trusted with these for some bizarre reason, They have all the names written down, and I promise you I've not peeked. But on here are 9 names. You'll note 9, we have 10 awards, because, of course, you have all just finished voting for the Young Personality of the Year. So, everyone, it is extremely exciting for me to say it's starting. It is the Young Rail Professional Awards 2026. Woo! Let's do this. I am excited. I have so much fun doing this. 3 years and I love it. It's so much fun. Right, a huge thank you to our judges who gave us so much of their time to review what I understand was a simply outstanding set of entries this year, and who had to make some incredibly hard decisions. We have even ended up with some highly commended statuses to bestow upon nominees. The judging was that tight. Before we get started though, some rules. I always have my rules. So, the rules are, when a winner is announced, we will get the winner to come up onto the stage to collect their awards. Now, rule number 1, no speeches. Rule number 2, I will manipulate you along with the sponsor rep to take a photo. So hold your award, give us a big grin, because that's rule number 3. I want very big smiles, please. Rule number 4, take a moment, just soak it in. Not too long a moment, please, but take a moment to just soak it in. And then number 5, don't chuck your award in the bin, don't lose it, don't give it to someone else, don't give it to your mate, don't send it off in a taxi, because you'll need it for the group photo at the end. So hold on to those ruddy awards very tightly. So, without further ado, the first of our awards. Award number 1. Our first award tonight is the Employer of the Year Award. Right, yeah, absolutely, the Employer of the Year Award. So, this award recognizes organizations that have demonstrated an outstanding and genuine commitment to developing, supporting, and championing young rail professionals within their organization and across the wider industry. Criteria include professional development opportunities, well-being, inclusion, diversity, and creating environments where the next generation can thrive. This is an award that means an enormous amount to our community because the organizations shortlisted here are the ones actively investing in the future of this industry. Let's hear it for all the finalists. C2C Railway Limited, the Rail Business Unit of Telent Technology, part of M Group, London North Western Railway and West Midlands Railway. There they are, our shortlist. I'm also, by the way, delighted to say that there is a highly commended this year. Our judges were very nearly unable to split the top 2, and it says a great deal about the quality of entries that the margin between winner and highly commended was, and I'm an engineer, I love a number, just 0.57 points. Crikey. I've no idea what that means relatively. It could mean anything. Right, highly commended in the Employer of the Year category goes to London North Western Railway and West Midlands Railway. Please give them a huge round of applause. And so, to the winner. To present the Employer of the Year Award, please welcome to the stage our award sponsor, who is Rail Media's Managing Director, Adam O'Connor. Adam, are you out there? Come, run into the stage. Here he is. Where is he? He's here. Go, go, go. He's coming. It's a long old walk. Thank you, Adam. I'll get that. Yeah, that's name last. Right, here we go.
Employer of the Year is Telent Technology Rail Division.
Every time he leave me alone, he always tell me he miss it. He wanna F-R-E-A-K.
Yeah, go on, get the rest of the form up. Go on, go on.
One thing about me, I'm the baddest alive. He know the prettiest didn't come until I arrive. I don't let bitches get to me. I they man if they try. I got a princess face, a killer body, samurai mind. They can't be Nikki, they sound stupid. I just laugh when they try. A thong bikini up my app, I think I'll go for a dive. His ex bitch went up against me, but she didn't survive. On applications, I write pressure, cause that's what I apply. Pressure. pressure apply. Come back a regular guy, wetter than umbrellas and stickier than apple pie. I can lick it, I can ride it while you slipping and sliding. I can do all them little tricks and keep it up inside it. You can smack it, you can grip it, you can go down and kiss it. And every time he leave me alone, he always tell me he miss it, he wanna.
Fantastic. Right. They brought up, they're an internal army, so we're going to be doing some catching up. Right, our second award tonight recognises excellence in a slightly different category. This is quite fun, actually, whipping out an envelope out of my pocket. I've written a number on them so that I don't accidentally do the wrong sequence. So, it's a slightly different category because brilliant workplaces come in all sizes. This is the SME Employer of the Year award. Right, so the SME Employer of the Year, give it up in readiness. Right, the award recognises small and medium-sized enterprises who have demonstrated outstanding commitment to the development and support of young rail professionals. The criteria mirrors the Employer of the Year award, but celebrates the achievements of smaller organisations who so often punch well above their weight. The SME sector is the backbone of the rail supply chain. Innovation, agility, and some of the best talent development in the business. Let's hear it for all the SME Employer finalists. We have TXM Consult and Railway Project Services. Give it up for those shortlisted. To present the SME Employer of the Year award, we have another rail media person. Please welcome up to the stage the representative, who is not Adam, but Adam's colleague, whose name I've passed up, but you've been shouted at who's going to call. Adam, push them up to the stage, quick, grab them, shove them up here. That's called grabbing a will Invictus by Marvellous. All right, guys, well, hello. You lead this
bit. Good evening, everybody. And the Employer of the Year award goes to Railway Project Services.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks, everyone. Right, no more surprises for me. I now have my full list of those announcing awards. Right, now we turn to recognising individuals. And our first individual award tonight is one very close to the heart of what YRP stands for. This is the Apprentice of the Year Award. This award recognises the talent and outstanding commitment of a rail industry apprentice. Criteria include commitment to the rail industry, teamwork, dedication to vocational learning, inspiring others, and outstanding performance and achievement. Apprentices are the living proof that you do not need to be in this industry for decades to make an extraordinary impact. Let's give a massive round of applause to all of our finalists in this category. George Creed from Alstom, Ethan Medina from AtkinsRéalis, and Priya Sheldon from WSP. Now, to present the Apprentice of the Year Award, please welcome our award sponsor representatives to the stage. From Arcadis, we have Cherie Levy and Dan Beer.
greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitating, I'm heavily medicated. Ironic, I gave them love and they end up hating on me.
This is very nice, isn't it? Good evening, everyone. And the winner of the Apprentice of the Year is...
Ethan Medina from AtkinsRéalis.
My tears fell harder than rain. Scared I would take my broken heart to the grave. I'd rather die than have to live in a storm like before. But goddamn, you got me in love again. Show me the heavens right here, baby. Touch me so I know I'm not crazy. Never have I ever met somebody like you. Used to be afraid of loving.
Absolutely fantastic. Our next award is one that I think really gets to the heart of what makes this industry truly special. Because the best thing about the rail sector is not just the infrastructure, it's the people who take the time to bring others along with them. Mentor of the Year recognizes those who have made a profoundly positive impact on the development of individuals or groups in the rail industry. Criteria include providing continuing guidance, helping overcome personal and professional challenges, sharing knowledge generously, listening, providing encouragement, and developing confidence. I should note our judges had a particularly vigorous conversation about this category this year. The quality was exceptional. Let's celebrate our finalists. Those being Mark Harrison from Turner & Townsend and Mohammed Al-Sharif from Skanska. So it's a little different for this award because unfortunately our winner can't actually be here tonight. But we will present to the sponsor and they will make sure it gets to them. So please, from Ikos Aegis, can we have Claire Buckley on the stage? Claire. You read it out, but there's nothing on the screen.
Yeah, we turn it up.
Good evening, everybody. I must stand closer. So the winner of Mentor of the Year is Mohammed Al-Sharif Skansa. Sadly, Mohammed can't be here to join us tonight. So we'll accept this award on his behalf. Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. Fantastic. Well done. Congratulations to Mohammed Al-Sharif. And so, to our next award. We're really heating up now. Whew. Right, our next award celebrates something that every passenger and every professional in this room cares deeply about, or you bloody should. This is the Operational Excellence Award. Ooh, right, okay, so here we go. This award recognizes teams, projects, or initiatives that have demonstrated outstanding delivery, efficiency, and impact in railway operations. This could encompass safety improvements, service delivery, project outcomes, or systems that raise the bar for what excellent rail operation looks like. So, the finalists in this category, let's hear it for all of them. Jack Stancombe, Chiltern Railways. Alstom presents The Greatest Gathering from Alstom. The Transpennine Express Control Team. Now, before we announce the winner, there is a highly commended in this category. And our judges wanted to give a very special recognition to a brilliant entry. Coming in with high, that's it, yeah, go on, a little bit of silence. Who's getting highly commended? With a brilliant entry for their spectacular project celebrating Railway 200. Alstom's greatest gathering comes in highly commended. Please give Alstom a round of applause. And now, the bit that you've been waiting for. To present the Operational Excellence Award, please welcome to the stage Telent's Director for Rail, Kevin Bonanno.
Good evening, everyone. So the award this year for operational excellence goes to Alstom, the greatest gathering.
All red, some diamonds are blue. Chivalry is dead, but you're still kinda cute.
Hey, I can't keep my mind off you. Where you at? Do you mind if I come through?
I'm out of this world, come with me to my planet. Get you on my level, do you think that you can handle it?
They call me Thomas, last name Crown. Recognize game, I'ma lay mine down.
I'm a big girl, I can handle myself. But if I get lonely, I'ma need your help. Pay attention to me, I don't talk for my health.
I want you on my team.
So does everybody else.
Baby, we can keep it on the low. Let your guard down, ain't nobody got it know. If you were the girl, I know a place we can go.
What kind of girl do you take me for?
Promiscuous girl, whatever you are, I'm all alone, and it's you that I want.
Promiscuous boy, you already know that I'm all yours. What you waiting for?
Promiscuous girl, you're teasing me. You know what I want, and I got what you need.
Promiscuous boy, let's get to the point, 'cause we're on the road. You better.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Highly commended and winners. They've fixed it. No, fantastic. What a fantastic success. Right, well, you've all had your fun. Let's focus in again because we're starting to get technical. Award number 6. This is an award that I find particularly intriguing because the railway of the future will be built on implementing exactly the kind of thinking we are about to celebrate. This is the Innovation Award. So, yeah, go on. Innovation, it's exciting. Right, this award recognizes teams or individuals who have developed and applied innovative thinking to deliver genuine improvements in the rail industry. Entries are judged on creativity, impact, collaboration, and the potential for their work to transform how we deliver rail services or projects. The winner of this award this year is a team, and what a team it is. 4 individuals from across the sector who came together to create something genuinely exciting. But let's hear it for all the finalists first. We have the DICE, Digital Innovation for Collaboration in Engineering, Team 3 from Network Rail and WSP. We have the Digital Product Engineering Register, DPAR from Network Rail. And we have the Digital Marketing team at Merseyrail for their Digital Marketing Assistant. Let's hear it for all of them. And so, let this not be, come on, you can do it, you can do it. So, to present this Innovation Award, please welcome our award sponsor from AtkinsRéalis. We have Alejandro Moreno.
Picture this, we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor. I had tried to keep her from what she was about to see. Why should she believe me when I told her it wasn't me?
Good evening, everyone. And the Innovation Award goes to the DICE team.
Turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm
me up. Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciennes, trying to bring out the fabulous. Cause I give a fuck, way too much. I'ma need like 2 shots in my cup. Wanna get up, wanna get down. That's how I feel right now. Oh, I've been so down and under pressure. I'm way too fine to be this stressed, yeah.
Fantastic. Right. We're getting through these. This is good stuff. No one's shouting at me to speed up yet, which is good. I'm looking over at... Well, no one's shouting at me. Excellent. Right. Right, award number 7. This one is special. This is the Distinguished Service Award. Our most distinguished accolade is bestowed upon an individual who has made a profound, positive and lasting impact on the rail industry and the YRP community. This category acknowledges an individual who has reached the pinnacle of their contribution by making a substantial and remarkable difference, whether through a singular monumental effort or through a consistent series of outstanding activities over an extended period. Nominees are scored on commitment to the industry, leadership, teamwork, inspiring others, and outstanding achievement. Now, let us celebrate all of the finalists who have been shortlisted in this category. Abu Sadiq, C2C Railway Limited, Tim Danvers, AtkinsRéalis, and Catherine Lancaster from Alstom. And so, to present the Distinguished Service Award, please welcome our award sponsor representative to the stage. From Occam, we have Neil Hunt.
Good evening, YRP, and the Distinguished Service Award goes to, if I can get it out of the envelope, drum roll, Catherine Lancaster from Alstom.
To avoid any confusion, I believe there's a rather special family birthday, a 21st, that might be happening, hence why Catherine has ducked out. That wasn't Catherine, believe it or not. So, number 8 on our awards list, Volunteer of the Year. This next award is incredibly important for YRP. The Volunteer of the Year award reflects the very heart of YRP, the people who make it possible. YRP volunteers spend countless hours of their time making the railway industry an inspiring, welcoming and inclusive place for demonstrating the very best values at the heart of the railway family. Let's celebrate all of the finalists shortlisted in this category. It's a big number, so they're going to pop up any moment now. Hannah Crookall, London and South East Chair. Ola Shuklau, Interrail Project Manager. Katie Williams, YRP Wales Chair. Aaron Smith, Marketing and Branding Manager. To present the Volunteer of the Year Award, please welcome our award sponsor representative to the stage. From the RailEI Railway Engineering Institution, we have Kate Hatwell.
I do my hair talk, check my nails, baby, how you feel? Hair talk, check my nails, baby, how you feel? Feeling good, baby, how you feel? Ooh, girl, need to kick off your shoes, gotta take a deep breath, time to focus on you. All the big fights, long nights that you been through.
Good evening, everyone. And the winner of the Volunteer of the Year award is Olive Lau.
You know I want you to come boogie with me. We can dip left, slide right all night. It's time to be wild, freestyle. It's on and poppin', ain't no stopping us from rockin'. From tonight to 10 o'clock in the morning. Got neighbors knocking. Fuck them, go call them cops and watch them pigs walk and start bobbing. Heads to what that DJ dropping. He play funk, punk, and hip hopping. Breaking laws, yeah, coach is shocking. We be pop locking and moshing. I get down and groove to
Fantastic. The work that volunteers put in across YRP is how all of this happens. Without them, there would simply be no YRP. Now, award number 9. This one's fun. So, the Personality of the Year Award, the YRP Personality of the Year Award, should I say, is an annual award celebrating individuals in their first 15 years of a rail career who demonstrate exceptional passion, enthusiasm, and serve as role models within the industry. It highlights individuals who go above and beyond, often voted on by peers, and is presented at the YRP annual dinner. So, the votes have been counted, your votes. The results are in. It was selected by all of you in the room tonight. And for one last task, one last little task, Bonnie Price is going to bring me that envelope, that all-important envelope with the winner's name within it. There we go. Now, it's in here. It's the one envelope they didn't give me responsibility for because we didn't know the answer. So it is in here. It is written down. First of all, though, we should celebrate the 2 finalists. So the 2 finalists of this extremely coveted award are Charlie Southwick and Chris Anthilakis. But which one of them has their name written on this envelope? To present the Personality of the Year Award, please welcome our award sponsor representatives to the stage. From Nextec Engineering, we've got Suyash Dosonyi and Madeline Ose Bafo.
Good evening, everyone. Time for the People's Choice Award. So, Personality of the Year, YRP Personality of the Year goes to
Charlie Southwick.
I can do all them little tricks and keep the dick up inside it. You can smack it, you can grip it, you can go down and kiss it. And every time he leave me alone, he always tell me he miss it. He wanna I'm the baddest alive. He know the prettiest didn't come until I arrive. I don't let bitches get to me. I they man if they try. I got a princess face, a killer body, samurai mind. They can't be Nikki, they sound stupid. I just laugh when they try. A thong bikini up my ass, I think I'll go for a dive. His ex bitch went up against me, but she didn't survive. On applications, I write pressure, cause that's what I apply. Pressure apply. Can't fuck a regular guy.
Someone else who's going to get that award delivered very specially, wrapped in bubble wrap. Make sure you wrap it in bubble wrap. And so, how's everyone doing, by the way? You all right? It's quite exciting, this, isn't it? We've had 9 awards, which means we are down to our last. It is, of course, the award that has been given every single year since YRP was founded. It is extremely coveted. It is the award that this entire evening has been building towards. Everyone, It is the long-awaited 2026 Young Rail Professional of the Year. Someone's whooping over there too, right? Get whooping, right. The Young Rail Professional of the Year award is awarded by YRP annually, recognizing the outstanding contribution to the rail industry of a colleague within the first 10 years of their railway career. Criteria include passion, enthusiasm for the industry, acting as a role model and leading by example, effectively managing relationships and stakeholders, inspiring the next generation of railway talent, making a genuine difference, and delivering results. To win this award is to join a truly extraordinary cohort of rail professionals who have gone on to shape this industry. It is the highest honor YRP can bestow onto an individual. So let's hear it for all of this year's incredible finalists. We have Daniel Gillard from Chiltern Railways, we have Lizzie Stevens from WSP, and we have Lucy Hartley from Merseyrail. Now, to present this, our flagship award, we must, of course, bring back to the stage the headline sponsor of this evening's event. Managing partner of CPC Project Services, Steve Mole.
Just checking the names. And the winner for the Young Rail Professional of 2026 is Lizzie Stevens.
About to see, why should she believe me when I told her it wasn't me?
Makes you know so that you really not a right for vex. I never used to see you make the jigger low flex. As somebody else in favor you in the complex. Seeing is believing, so you better change your specs. You know she a go bring a whole heap of things up from the past. All the little evidence you better know for mass. Quick for your answer, no off it talk. But if she back a gun, you know you better run fast.
But she caught me on the counter.
It wasn't me.
Saw me banging on the sofa.
It wasn't me.
I even had her in the shower.
It wasn't me.
She even caught me on camera.
It wasn't me.
She saw the marks on my shoulder.
It wasn't me.
Heard the words that I told her.
It wasn't me.
Heard the screams getting louder.
It wasn't me.
She stayed until it was over. Honey came in and she caught me red-handed, creepy with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both
Absolutely fantastic. It is always an absolute privilege to stand here and see all the award winners, but it is a particular delight to see the award of the annual Young Rail Professional Award. It is spectacular. Dear, wonderful guests, you've been a fantastic audience, you've been very well behaved. It's been great. I've not had to do any big shushing. It's been fab. So, dear, lovely guests, that brings us, very sadly, to the end of the Young Rail Professional Awards 2026. My strongest and heartfelt congratulations once again to every single winner and every single nominee this evening. Give it up for all of the nominees and all the winners. Thank you so much. What I love about this room tonight is that it shows the full picture of rail. From the apprentice just starting out to the leaders who've given decades to this industry. Everyone here has a role in making this the brilliant sector that it is, with its power to change so much and do so much good for so many people. I'd like to take a moment to thank our award sponsors. Without your generosity and your belief in YRP, tonight simply would not be possible. And of course, a massive, massive thank you to our headline sponsor, CPC Project Services, and to Steve Moll and the whole team. Thank you. You have been outstanding supporters of this event and of the wider organisation. Of course, I get to stand up here and say a massive and huge thanks as well to the YRP organising team, who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this evening happen, negotiating divas like me and all manner of other chaos, the unions, all good fun. Can we have the dinner committee stand up to be recognised, please? Go on, get standing, dinner committee. Up you get. Don't make me come down there. There we go. Thank you so much. It's been a brilliant, brilliant evening. Woo! Massive round of applause. Thank you. Right. And finally, you lovely lot. Thank you to all of you. 300 people who care about the railway, who invest in its future, who take the time to celebrate each other. That is ultimately what YRP is all about. Right. The speeches are done, the awards have been presented, and I believe there is now a DJ who is very keen to kick me off the stage and get to work. Before we bring on the boogie, a quick reminder, there are going to be two big group photos here momentarily. There will be the YRP big group photo and the award-winning group photo. Please, if you're coming up here, do so after I've stopped yakking on. Bring your awards. Thank you. And so, the bar is open, the dance floor is yours until 2 a.m, and the train drivers are not on strike this week after all. So you should be sorted for a great rest of the night. On behalf of the young rail professionals, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in 2027. Have a wonderful night.